Kevin O'Leary loses $500,000. Shark Tank. Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Kevin O'Leary loses $500,000. Shark Tank. Let's get right into it. Terence Thomas Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful, is a Canadian businessman and television personality. He co-founded SoftKey Software Products, a technology company that sold software for family education and entertainment. During the late 1980s and 1990s, SoftKey acquired rival companies via hostile takeover bids, such as Compton's New Media, The Learning Company, and Broderbund. SoftKey later changed its name to The Learning Company and was acquired by Mattel in 1999. In 2017, O'Leary campaigned to be the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, but dropped out in April 2017, citing a lack of support in Quebec. O'Leary developed a persona as a blunt, abrasive investor, while appearing on various television shows such as Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, and Squeeze Play. He gained the nickname Mr. Wonderful and has a reputation for preferring deals in which he loans entrepreneurs money in exchange for a percentage of future revenue, rather than taking a share of the company. Notable deals in which O'Leary has been involved include investments in Talbot Teas and Groovebook, among others. O'Leary has a holding company called Something Wonderful for managing his Dragon's Den and Shark Tank investments. Kevin O'Leary has been an investor for more than 3 decades, and throughout that time he has learned many things, one of which is that not every gamble is successful. According to an estimate provided by Sharkalytics, since the first season of Shark Tank aired on ABC in 2009, Kevin O'Leary has put more than $8.5 million into around 40 businesses as part of his appearances on the program. His investment in the online meal kit firm, Plated, which he eventually sold for $300 million, is one example of the long-standing investor and chairman of O'Shares ETF's remarkable accomplishments. He's also seen his fair share of disappointing deals. What I've learned after doing this a long time is no matter how you feel and how optimistic you are in the moment of making an investment, pulling the trigger, you have no idea of the outcome. O'Leary tells CNBC, "Make it. You have zero probability. Anybody that says they do is full of crap," he adds. When it comes to striking business partnerships, O'Leary says he's learnt the hard way to put his fate in his instincts. Although he has refused to disclose the name of the company that represents his worst Shark Tank investment, citing ongoing litigation as the reason for his refusal, he has stated that the business in question was a startup operating in the telecommunications industry, and that he ultimately lost $500,000 on the deal. You put $250,000 on a deal, and then the guy calls you up 4 months later saying, "Look, I burnt through all the cash, but I know what I did wrong. I need another $250,000. O'Leary says, describing the fateful investment. According to what O'Leary has said, the sudden loss of his first investment sounded the warning bells in his brain. But the creator of the firm was able to win back the investor by acknowledging that he had made errors in the past and pledging to change his approach. "In my stomach, I didn't feel right about it," O'Leary says. "My gut said no, but because I knew the guy, and I liked him, and he was a friend, and yada yada yada, I gave him another $250,000. O'Leary claims that he rapidly recognized his error. The business went right back to its old practices of frivolous spending and used up the second $250,000 investment within 2 months without having anything to show for it. He went to zeros 60 days later, so I lost $500,000, O'Leary says. Had O'Leary instead heeded his own uncertainty, he would have prevented the additional losses. The lesson is, listen to your gut, because that is your experience talking, he says. You gain that over time. You can't forecast it. You have to learn it. According to the investor, the common denominator among his agreements that result in a loss of capital is the presence of startup founders who are unable to pivot. They can't get out of their own way, he says. They won't listen to anybody else. O'Leary labels such business owners as dumb due to the fact that their obstinacy stops them from modifying their ineffective routines and strategies. They don't understand that the world moves and you have to move with it. It's possible that you'll have to deal with it at some point if you want to be successful in investing. According to what O'Leary has said, he really anticipates that the bulk of his investments would be unsuccessful. You make 10 investments, you get 2 to 3 huge hits, and it pays for the other 7 failed investments, he says. Still, his worst ever Shark Tank investment bothers him to this day because he didn't trust his gut. I ignored it, and it cost me $500,000, O'Leary says. That was really stupid. I'm pissed. I don't forget that. As a seasoned investor and successful entrepreneur, O'Leary has built an impressive wealth of knowledge over the years, which has helped him navigate the intricacies of the business world. With every investment, he gains more experience and understanding of the market, which he then applies to future ventures. His losses, therefore, are not just setbacks, but rather opportunities to learn and grow. For someone like O'Leary, who has made a fortune through investment, $500,000 is not a significant sum. He knows that with the knowledge he gains from his experiences, he can make far more than that amount in the long run. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.